Alright, here we go. Uh, there we go. Oh, I might need to fix the lighting. Okay, there we go. That sounds or looks a bit better. Alright, now I just need to tweet out the stream. Okay, and there we go. The audio and such should still be good from my last stream. Alright, so here we go for part 2, I guess. If my heart had wings. Let's load up from here. Alright, today didn't go well either. Today's breakfast was another dismal failure. All of the boarders showed their faces in the dining hall for breakfast, but the only one who finished her meal was Kanako. There must have been something wrong with it. All I have to do is make meals and clean. What a piece of cake! Is what I thought when I accepted the job as dorm mother, but my confidence is gradually fading.
何しけた面してんだよ、この裏切り者め。
この裏切り者ね, it's Masatsugu, aka Mabo. What do you want? Masatsugu, joining me on the way to school, went out of his way to come and sling verbal abuse. A few things happened at the dormitory. Dealing with girls can be tough.
そういうことなら俺に聞け。何せ俺今彼女いるもんね。
Yeah. Isn't she a freshman at Seisen Girls' School? Seisen Girls' High School is a school for rich girls and is famous even in this neighborhood. The uniform has a reputation for being cute, so fans come from far and wide just to take a look.
エリちゃんって言うんだけどさ、写真見る？
Sashin miru. He looks like he's about to show me, so I go along with it. Whoa! Seriously, she's cute.
だろう？一緒にバンドやってんだ。エリちゃんがボーカルとベースで、俺がギター。
Mabo, you can play guitar?
エリちゃんのために必死に練習した。今じゃインギー並みの早弾きだってできるぜ。
Da 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 da. He goes as he shows off some great air guitar. Anyway, who the hell is Ying-wei?
お前さ、前の学校で自転車やってたんじゃねえの？
Yeah, I was. What about it?
もうやんねえわけ？でも、うちには自転車部なんてねえけど。
Yeah, I don't do it anymore. Masatsugi's face seemed to say, it's got nothing to do with me though.
でっかい大会で表彰台に上がったんだろ？
Did you hear that from Anchan?
アゲハもホタルも今度のレースは応援にくっついてくってあんちゃんに言ってたんだぜ。まあ、一応俺もだけどな。
That made me go a bit red.
勘違いすんなよ。俺はお前が無様に負けるところを見に行くつもりだったわけで、別に応援なんかするつもりなかったんだからな。
Yeah, I get it. Don't get so flustered.
アゲハのやつ悔しがってたぞ。お前のいいとこ見られなくて。お前そういうの分かってんのか？
No, I didn't know. I never thought I would make it to the podium. Even if I knew it was too far away for me to say, "Come and watch me."
なのにろくに連絡もよこさねえでよ。
Soul, are you alive? I guess Soul is not alive. Same goes for both of us. Besides, I sent you a New Year card every year, didn't I?
あんなコンビニで売ってるプリント済みのやつでか。
You did the same thing! Anyway, your New Year cards usually arrive at the end of January.
返してもらえるだけありがたいと思えこの。
おお、珍しい二人組発見。
Ah, here's best character. Hi, Ageha.
はよーす。お、どうしたの、マーボー。
Hey, it's best character. Oh yeah, Kane, this is your first time seeing him. This is Mabo, the childhood friend. Masatsugu was sneakily hiding in my shadow.
別になんでもねえよ。あんま慣れ慣れしくすんなよ。エリちゃんが怒るから。
はいはい。かわいいかわいい彼女ですもんね。
Jokingly, Ageha deliberately keeps her distance from Masatsugu as she walks. Masatsugu comes up beside me and gives me a little poke in the ribs.
さっきの話、アゲハには内緒な。
Hi. What thing?
あいつがお前のレース見に行きたがってたって話。
Okay, I got it. Is it the sort of thing that needs to be kept a secret?
何男同士でベタベタしてんの？
ちげえよ。誰がこんなやつと。ペッペ。
Pet pet. Ew, gross. You don't have to actually spit.
仲いいね。焼けちゃうわ。
バカアゲハ。
Yeah, don't say weird things like that. Lunchtime. Today I didn't eat my lunch early. As I basked in this tiny sense of achievement and got my lunchbox out, Kotori had already disappeared from the classroom. As she looked out into the hallway, she was moving back and forth as if she were saying, "Should I go forward? No, maybe I should go back. Are you waiting for me?" Letting out a cry not really befitting a pretty little girl, Kotori fanned herself with her left hand as if to calm herself down.
脅かさないでくれる？
Sorry, I only wanted to speak to you, that's all. You're going, aren't you? To the garage?
ええ、そうよ。別にあなたを待ってたわけじゃないけど。
Okay, shall we go? I push her wheelchair on the way.
あ、勝手に押さないで。
Here, hold this, would you? I pass my bag to her.
ほら、人を荷物置きみたいにするな。 誰もいないみたい。
The garage was open, but there was no one there. For some reason, it felt like Amane was always here, so it was a little surprising. The air conditioning's not turned on, so it's quite humid. What should we do?
どうするって言われても。
Kotori subconsciously put her hand on her stomach. Shall we have our lunch in here? I made one for you too, Kotori. Well, I mean, leftovers from breakfast. Kotori didn't come to have any breakfast this morning, so she shouldn't have any way of knowing what food was served.
それも寮母の仕事なの？
No, I'm just meddling. 1, 2, 3. I put the 3 lunchboxes on the workbench. I went to the trouble of making one for Amane too, though. The air conditioner isn't turned on in the garage, so if I just leave it here, it'll go bad. There's a refrigerator, so I decided to put it in there. If I leave a note on the desk, she'll realize that I need it, won't she? Could you turn on the electric fan? Kotori turns on the nearby electric fan.
エアコンは？
I can't find the remote controller. It's probably buried somewhere. We open up the lunchboxes in the place that gets the full force of the wind from the electric fan.
何これ？カレー？
This morning's breakfast was curry. You don't like it?
普通カレーをお弁当にするかな？
You can complain after you've eaten it. Kotori has a meek look on her face as she moves the cold curry towards her mouth.
てても美味しい。
It would be good if we had a microwave, though. For a little while, the two of us quietly eat our curry. Today, there is no sheet covering the glider. I gazed at the simple, sleek shape of its body and thought it was beautiful. I imagined the aircraft cutting through the air as it flew. When riding a bicycle, your greatest enemy is the wind. Kotori's face seemed to say, "What is this guy talking about all of a sudden?" But I carry on regardless. The worst thing is when you have a headwind. While it is constantly pushing you back, you have to keep pedaling. I faced the wind coming through the electric fan set to strong, and I remember that feeling a little. The feeling of the wind gradually draining my stamina. That's why when we ride a bicycle, we try to find ways to reduce air resistance. Not just the shape of the bike or the helmet. During the race, we cooperate with the members of other teams and form a group while riding. I thought that when riding a bike, it would be better if the wind wouldn't blow. But this thing rides the wind to fly.
ジェットエンジンもプロペラもないのにね。
If we hadn't actually seen it flying that day, even with the real thing right in front of us, we wouldn't be able to imagine it flying. Speaking of which, Kotori, how do you know about gliders? She didn't really know that much about them. That was the first time she had seen a real one.
別にちょっと本で読んだだけ。
Somehow, it seems like it's hard for her to answer, so I decided not to go any further. Speaking of books, there's a bookshelf here lined with many books. Looking closely, they are all related to gliders or aircraft. I pick one up and take a look inside. It's all in English. I can't read it. It's not like my grades in English are bad, but with the level of English I have from studying at school, reading academic papers is really tough. Seems like Kotori is the same.
こっちの本は写真がいっぱい載ってるわ。
There was a book that had many photos of gliders, like a catalog. There are so many different types. The shape of the wings, the size, and so on. Even with gliders, there are so many different varieties.
でこれ
What's happening in this picture?
山の上を飛んでる。
It looked so natural that I didn't really notice, but the glider was flying high enough that it could look down on the mountain. They can fly that high? Kotori and I, without realizing, both look at the glider sitting over there. With its wings removed, we couldn't really grasp the full size of it, but at a glance it didn't seem all that different to the glider in the photo. Amane had said that it could go above the clouds. I wonder what it feels like to fly through the sky.
きっと最高の気分よ。上昇気流に乗って飛ぶなんてまるで鳥になったみたいじゃ
Is
ない。
this the 40s? I mean, maybe. After we finished our lunchboxes, we stayed for a little longer. When was it Wright Brothers? We spent the time looking at books and admiring the glider. Ush. There goes the bell. When the bell rang, it felt like the time to enjoy ourselves was over, and I felt a little sad.
何かしらこれ。
You got here before me?
Bitch, I never left the room!
What's up? Just as we were about to go back to the classroom, Kotori noticed a photo frame on Amane's desk. I wonder what this is. The weird thing was that there was a photo frame, but no photo inside. An empty photo frame had been placed there. In her case, she probably managed to lose just the photo inside. What's up?
なんでもないわ。行きましょう。ここ暑くてたまんない。
Monica, KYS. No, I can't stand it. Yeah, I wanted to join the literature club. It wouldn't let me. The moment we stepped out of the sauna-like garage, the air outside felt cool. I like that feeling. Oh, so it's night already. We're already back. Splash, splash, splash. Whew. I'm worn out. It's easier to say clean the bathroom, but I never thought it would be such a big job. Plus, there's no air conditioning in there, so I'm sweltering. The trouble is, if I don't do this every day during the summertime, then mold will start growing. It's not just about hygiene, it's kind of gross too. There's no way you can take a bath when there's mold growing in there. My cell phone rang. On the display, it showed home. Moshi mosh.
もしもし葵私だけど
Hi.
別にどうしてるかと思ってどう順調
I can't say it's going smoothly. I didn't think much of it when I accepted it, but it turned out to be pretty
そ
tough.
りゃそうよ楽な仕事なんてないのよ
Going to school every day and doing the work of a dorm mother is wearing me out. I realized this after only a few days. This is a lot of hard work.
今はその方がいいんじゃない
Why?
嫌なこと思い出さずに済むじゃない
Well, if that's what you think, don't talk about it.
それともママが恋しくなった
A mother like you? Damn! The sass. She's the kind of mother who loves teasing her son. But, did she get me to do this dorm mother job because she was worried about me? I'm so busy that I don't have time to dwell on things. Speaking in the hallway, the other boarders may have been able to hear me, so I went back to my room. Dang it. Blah. We continue our silly parent-child conversation. My mother is a fiercely independent woman and a hard-working career woman. Many things have been happening until recently. Well, they're still going on now, and we were living separately. I'm a bit too old to be missing my mother, though. It's enough for me to just speak to her from time to time.
学校の方はどうなの
It's going fine. Ageha is there too.
あげはちゃん綺麗になったわねこないだ久しぶりに会ってびっくりしちゃった
Oh, I'll say. Me too. She's like a proper girl now.
あらそんな風に余裕ぶっこいてられるのも今のうちよあげはちゃんこれからもっともっと綺麗になるわよ愛想もいいし気遣いもできるし間違いなくモテるわね
Nah. Jeez, cut it out. What are you talking
あら
about?
ら口が悪いわね誰に似たのかしら
Yeah, you. Would a mother usually tell her son to go chasing after
それ
girls?
じゃ頑張ってねトラブルがあったらすぐ言いなさい
Sure.
それからもし仕事が大変だったら両
Nice
親に相談
emo.
してもらってもいいのよ
Nice emote, soul. To tell her you could ask the boys to help.
超格安物件なんだからそのくらいしてもらわないと
I'll think
そ
about
れ
it.
じゃおやすみ葵ちゃん
Oyasumi nasai. She called me that on purpose because she knows I don't like it, and that ended the call. My father is the one who chose to call me Aoi, but it's kind of a girl's name, so I was often teased about it, and it seems she still remembers. I put down my phone and take a look at the boarding students' roster. As for the boarders' jobs, cleaning their own room is a given. Then there is cleaning the hallways and entrance, as well as the dining hall. On the other hand, my jobs are to prepare breakfast and dinner, clean up afterwards, clean the bathroom and the garden, and other miscellaneous chores. It is actually pretty tough. Maybe I should ask for some help. Even if I could just get them to clean the bathroom, that would be a real lifesaver. Huh? Yuka. Yuka, who is in the dining hall, the tall fourth grader and the one who'd been here the longest, seems surprised as I call out to her.
何かしら水瀬くん
Homo for Como. Kappa pride. Well, can I ask you a question? I lay out the roster that I was just looking at on the table where Yuka is sitting. Yuka, who should be used to seeing this, looks at it with curiosity. Kotori doesn't have her name on the job roster. Starting with Kaneko, then Yuka, there are 4 names, but Kotori's name is not there.
だってあの子
Yuka looks towards the dining hall door as she speaks.
足が不自由だから
I see, so that's why. Thank you.
いえ
So Kotori ain't do no work in this place. The scorching sun comes shining in. Up on the roof with nothing to block the sunlight, it feels even more like I'm being burned. Today's hot as hell, I grumble as I wipe the sweat from my brow. It's already 7 o'clock. It's just before the peak of summer and the sun is finally shining at full strength. Oh god, the summer. Today is Saturday, so there's no school. Now is my chance to get some of the dorm mother work done. Oh, so there's also like no school on Saturdays in this school then. Because I know in a lot of schools in Japan, it's like they have Monday through Saturday, and then Sundays are only day off. But I guess we actually have traditional weekend. This morning I've climbed up on the roof and I'm fixing leaks. This building is in pretty bad condition. I heard that the owner who collapsed a few days ago and who was also the caretaker here is an elderly woman. Because it was a girls' dormitory with no guys around, there were quite a few places that had been left damaged. Today is school, so there is no Saturday. This place is so old that I can't help wondering if originally it was aiming to be registered as a cultural heritage site. The owner, who is a widow, opened the manor house as a student dormitory before I was born. Which means that when we were calling this place the Witch's Mansion, students from Keifu Academy were already living here. Since then, the owner had been taking care of the boarding students like they were her own children or grandchildren. However, since the redevelopment plans were brought forward, land prices in Kazugara have been rising. The owner's sons were hoping to let go of this place, and that's one of the reasons why I was brought to take on the dorm mother's job in such a hurry. It might be hard to avoid getting involved in those kinds of adult matters, so I will just quietly get on with the work that I have to do. Yay. Alright, that should do it. Finishing the repairs of the roof, I climbed down the ladder. Okay, next is... Hey Soul, here he is. Hat, who is peeking at the soil, had come closer to where I was going to put my feet as I climbed down. This is kind of besides the point, but ducks eat weeds and bugs, so it seems that if I just leave him to it, he will maintain the garden. It's Hat. However, he will also peck at the flowers and so on too, so the person doing the gardening needs to watch out for that. What's up, Hat? Where's your buddy? I have no idea what he's saying, but he definitely looks bored. Sorry, but I've got work to do. When I get back, I'll give you a bath. The door to Kotori's room was closed. I couldn't hear any sound and there were no signs that she was awake. Still asleep, huh, sleepyhead? Hey, Kotori. Wake up, Alul. Wake up, dummy. Hey, Miss Alul. Oh god, she hanged herself. See, it's the fade. It's the debate. She's alive for now. Shut up, what do you want? I'm going to do some shopping. Do you want to come with me? Her face seemed to say, if this was America and I sued you, you would lose. You're oversleeping. It's a nice sunny day, so let's go outside. It's shopping for the dormitory. You eat too, don't you? Ageha! Seeing Ageha give a great big wave, Kotori makes an annoyed face. Hi, Ageha. Oh, let's go. Oh, let's go. Casual Kotori. Right there. Look at casual Kotori. Rockin' the pig. Where's my F12? Bam! Yeah! Alright. We out. It's fine, there's something I need help with. I had planned from the beginning to meet up with Ageha. That's because I want her as a special advisor for today's work. Right, let's go. Cough Tori? Casual cough Tori. Let's go. We arrived at the underground street of the shopping mall. There are many stylish shops in the shopping arcade, and there is also a large supermarket. I push Kotori along in her wheelchair and go around buying the food with Ageha. What do we need?
まず鶏もも肉でしょ。それからパプリカ、ピーマン、玉ねぎ。
Tamanegi. Kotori looks like she still doesn't agree with the fact that Ageha is with us. She looks at me like she's trying to put a curse on me. I got Ageha to think of a menu for me for tonight's dinner. Seems that the things that I make aren't the kind of things that girls like.
で、なんで私が一緒に来なきゃいけないわけ？
Because you can carry the bags? Uh-oh. Kotori is doing a good job of carrying the green supermarket basket. Age and I keep slinging more and more ingredients into the basket.
パプリカパウダー、ホールトマト、生ハム、それから
Whip, whip.
取り込むな。
I'll get some mineral water. Bam.
重
Let's go.
い。ねえねえ、ポテチ買っていい？
No. No. Oh. Pakuriman chips. I remember these.
ケチ。後でお金払うから一緒に入れといて。
She slings them in. Also, we'll soon be out of rice. Let's buy some while we're here. That's literally my cat. When we go shopping, like, oh, we're almost out of rice. Let's pick some up. Oh, gosh. With all the ingredients for all the borders, before we know it, the basket that Kotori was carrying was full.
人をカードみたいにするな。
As she complained, Kotori was very careful not to let the contents of the basket fall out. Don't drop anything.
くそ。ハバネさんは欲しいものない？アイス。
The enemy is deploying rice. Today's shopping is being paid for with the operating cost of the dormitory, so we can't really buy things we don't need. Having said that, she is helping me out. You can get Bari Bari-kun.
もっと高級なのがいい。労働と報酬が釣り合わないわ。
Have it your way. I decide to treat her to strawberry Haagen-Dazs with my own money. Is this one okay?
そうだね。
We finished at the cash register. The food costs about 50% more than usual, but tonight is a special occasion. Ah, geez, I forgot to buy ground meat.
そんなの使わないよ。
It's for tomorrow. It's a pain to have to keep going to buy food all the time, you know? I leave them behind and go back to the store. I search for the meat in the ground meat section. If I can, I want to get one with a discount sticker. As I saw it, there aren't any at this time. The cost for the boarder's food is paid on a monthly basis. Just go kill your own cow. Exactly. The dormitory is run as kind of a hobby by the owner, so it's just a rough estimate, but there is an upper limit established as part of the rent agreement. The dormitory's meals follow the creed of as cheap as possible, as tasty as possible. I look at the packs of beef that are lined up on the shelf. 29.80 yen for 100 grams. This is a supermarket that celebrity women come to, so sometimes the prices for the ingredients are pretty steep. It's okay once in a while, so I'd like everyone to eat this kind of meat, I murmured to myself.
これでいいのかな。
Oh, who are you? Flip. A girl reaches across from the side and slings a luxury marbled 29.80 yen for 100 grams meat into her basket.
これじゃ足りないかな。ビーフカレーっていうくらいだもんね。
The girl who took the pack showed signs of hesitation but continued to sling more and more of the luxury marbled meat into the basket. In the end, she took everything that was on the shelf.
これでよしっと。
Are you going to use your luxury marbled beef in a curry? Not only that, it's thinly sliced. I was supposed to have said that on the inside, but because of the shock, I came right out and said it aloud. Yo, hold up. She got the red and black plaid skirt though? Jail, wee woo! I mean, if you're making curry, they have meat for curry over here, see?
そんな大きいのカレー食べるときに見ないですよ。
Well, when you stew meat this size, it becomes more tender and much smaller. If you use that kind of thin meat, the fat will melt away and you won't have a trace of it left. In her basket was about a kilogram of marbled meat to be used in sukiyaki. Are you going to stew all of that in a curry? What a waste of good meat! As I stare at the basket, she looks at me in disbelief. She seemed embarrassed as she said that and moved over to the fresh fish section. Did I scare her off?
シーフードカレーっていうのもあるんだし、お魚も買った方がいいかな。
She said as I watched from a distance, her throwing sea bream with the head and tail still on into the basket while I reached for a pack of the cheap pork and beef ground meat. Chill. Oh yeah, how are you guys?
おいしい。
Oishi.
ハバネさん、ストロベリー派なんだ。私はクッキー&クリームかな。
と、こっちはミントチョコチップです。
そう。おいしい？もちろんよ。ねえ、嫌よ。まだ何も言ってないんだけど。一口だけでいいから。
The same picture of rotten tails.
やあよ、スプーン一つしかないんだから。いいじゃん、女同士なんだから。
Give her one.
やったらやあよ。ケチンボ。
Gechimbo.
わかったわよ。一口でいいよ。
Cha-ching!
ハバネさんありがとう。
Get her done.
あ
Ah.
私のハーゲンダッチが。
I'll get that.
おいしい。
But look at how happy you made her. What are you doing?
いえ、
I had finished paying and had come back and Kotoru was letting Ageha eat her ice cream. I felt like I'd seen something I wasn't supposed to see.
これは違うのよ。この子がどうしても食べたいって言うから、一口だけ食べさせてあげただけで。
I see. Well, it's nice that you're getting along.
違うったら。ストロベリーもいいな。ねえねえ、もう一口。もう終わり。だって私の分がなくなるもん。
Blushing as she spoke, Kotoru continued to wolf down the Haagen-Dazs. Okay, let's go. Here, take this bag. Damn.
重いんだけど。私も手伝うよ。アイスのお礼。
No, hold up. You don't have to carry anything. I got it. I push Kotoru's wheelchair and we leave the shopping mall.
ねえ、これどうやって切るの？
Pass that to me. I'll show you how it's done. Her face seemed to say, I get annoyed when people get on their high horse, as she obediently passed me the knife. In a way that Kotori could see easily, I cut the vegetables. Like this.
こっちのピーマンは？
Would it be best to cut it in half down the middle?
わかった。やってみる。
We had come back to the dormitory and had begun cooking in the dining hall. I got Kotori, who couldn't reach the stove, to cut the vegetables. I'm cooking while Ageha helps and tells me how to do it. Hey, this is pretty easy.
でしょ？野菜切って鶏もも肉と一緒に煮込むだけだもんね。
Said Ageha, who brought the recipe. Basque-style chicken stew. I couldn't guess what kind of food it would be from just the name, but it really is easy to make. First, you grill the chicken thighs, then fry them with the cut vegetables, and after that, add the canned tomato and broth and leave it to stew. It's a stew that doesn't need to be done precisely. That's the main dish. Next, we prepare the salad and the soup. So, we're going into some Shokugeki no Soma stuff right now. Legs! Even as Hat walks around her feet, quacking, Kotori doesn't seem to notice that she is quietly immersed in what she's doing. She's really concentrating.
案外熱中するタイプだね。
Despite complaining at first, once she gets started, she becomes very serious.
均等に切るのは至難の技ね。
Well, it doesn't need to be exact. If there's variety in the thickness, it gives a difference in texture.
不均等に切るのね。わかったわ。
Holy! She said as she thought about this and that, and started intentionally cutting the vegetables unevenly. I guess that's what people look like when they get serious. Ageha, how does this soup taste to you?
ちょっと薄いかな。
I'll add salt and pepper. And so, the preparations for dinner continued smoothly.
わあ、美味しそう。
One after another, the boarders came into the dining hall, and seeing the food on the table and how different it was to usual, they were surprised at first. There was a general idea of meal times for the boarders. I usually make meals at the same time, and the time that everyone comes to the dining hall is not really set. It's okay if you come late, and it's okay if you don't eat. That's why we often eat at different times. This is the first time since I came here that we've all gathered at the same time like this. Today was the only time that I had told them in advance. Okay, everyone, please take a seat. You too, Ageha.
お邪魔します。なんかすごいね、今日のご飯。ねえ、もう食べていい？お腹ペコペコなんだけど。
Go ahead, enjoy your meal. The boarders, looking at each other, cautiously moved the food towards their mouths.
美味しい。本当だ。美味しい。
I could hear the word delicious coming from the boarders. Oishi. What is? It's true, it really is tasty. Basque style chicken stew. I was the one that had made it, but I didn't know how it would taste, and I imagined that it wouldn't be very good. It was different to the Western or Chinese food that I usually make, in that I normally don't use the spices that make it easy to understand the flavor. The meat stewed in the tomato soup was tender and was surprisingly refreshing. Most importantly, the flavor of the meat had really been drawn out, so I had no complaints at all about the taste. It's the kind of thing that you eat on a hot summer day when you don't have much of an appetite. General Toast
こり
chicken.
ゃいけるわ。
General Tao's chicken. General Toast chicken. This is great.
サラダもどうぞ食べてくださいね。
The salad served in a big bowl was divided between everyone. There were cucumbers, tomatoes, and lettuce, and also avocado and mozzarella cheese. Yo, avocado is actually really good. Even though it was just an elaborate salad, again, the reaction was,
このサラダも美味しいね。なんかされてるし。
Ryoko, who is in the second grade like me, and also Sana in the third year with the trademark glasses, both seemed to really like it.
アゲハちゃんプロデュースだよ。
This will never compete. This is it, pizza. And your Caesar salad. Everyone made a face that kind of showed they knew that. The truth is that today's meal was made under the advice of Miss Himegi here.
それでアゲハが来てたんだ。自分が食べたい料理を作ってもらっただけなんだけどね。
By the way, it seems that Ageha and Ryoko were friends from before. Actually, I haven't saved in a while. Let me just quickly pop one in. The thing is, let me just quickly pop that save in. Bam. The thing is, it seems the food that I made didn't really go down too well with everyone. Apart from Kaneko, all the boarders looked away for a moment, awkwardly.
美味しくないわけじゃないのよ。
Save on every page like Mike did.
そうそう。でも量が多いっていうか。
That's why, if there's something you want to say, please talk to me about it, okay? It's a little scary, but I thought I'd try to talk to them about it.
なんていうか、一食なのよ。あ、わかる。すっごいわかります、ゆかさん。けど今日の料理はカラフル。
It sure is. There's red, green, yellow, and white, and many other colors that look vivid and colorful. The food I usually make is ginger pork equals brown, fried rice is brown, curry is yellow, yakisoba brown, Neapolitan pasta red, and so on, but it's all basically comprised of a single color.
葵くんの料理も豪快で嫌いじゃないけどね。
美味しくないわけじゃないのよ。でもほら最近暑くて食欲もそんなにないし。
So you're on one of those like supermodel diets. I see.
途中で飽きちゃう。
Akcha. Everyone's really kind, aren't they? They really care about my feelings. Just because of that, I was unnecessarily worried. For a guy like me, who went to a sports-focused boys' school and lived together with his dad in a kind of bachelor pad, that was always enough. I never even thought about the color of food. Somehow, it seems that in a girl's dormitory, that kind of thing is important.
でもこれ本当に美味しいよ。
おかわりしたいくらい。
Everyone seems satisfied. It feels like this is the most they've opened up to me so far. If I'm going to say it, now's my chance. Can I just say something? I stand up and get everyone's attention. Please listen as you eat. Oh, hold up. This is about the boarders' chores. Would it be alright to increase them a little? I am a student too, so it's pretty tough for me. For example, if I could just get you guys to clean the bathroom, that would really be a big help. Everyone looked at each other as if they were trying to figure out what the others were thinking. To be honest, no one's going to be happy about increasing their chores. Wait, hold on, I didn't read that. He's the kind of guy who'd put a mini fridge in his room. Alright. Oh, I hit the wrong button. But,
わかった。
as Yuka, the oldest, responded, the others nodded in
水
agreement.
瀬くんが大変なの見ていてわかってるから。
実はちょっと気になってました。屋根の雨漏りも直してくれたしね。
In return, I will try harder than ever to make good food for you.
こんな美味しいご飯毎日食べられるんだ。いいなあ、涼子。私もここに住もうかな。
Yo, stay right here, come on. I got you. I got you. Don't worry, you're good.
それだけでいいの？
That and one other thing. This is what I really wanted to say. I think that we should get Kotori to do some things too. Kotori, who was sitting at the end of the table, the furthest away from everyone, who looked uncomfortable while she ate, was surprised to hear her name called. Everybody looked round at
で
Kotori.
もハバネさんは
She has a walking disability, but she could use her hands. There are things that she can do.
今日の料理だって手伝ってくれたんだよね。あなたたちが無理やり付き合わせただけよ。
This had a big impact on everyone who, just until now, had been eating the food and saying how delicious it was. They looked at her like they were impressed, but Kotori seemed kind of embarrassed. Thanks to Kotori helping us, we were able to get the dinner preparations done easily. If that's the case, then maybe we can add another chore. I don't dislike cooking, but to prepare food for several people is physically quite demanding. If that's okay with Kotori, could you help me prepare the meals?
別にいいけど、そのくらいなら。
Thank you, I say while Kotori looks away and quietly nods without saying anything. It's a little different to the other chores, but in order to avoid being unfair from now on, I want Kotori to help out where she can. Everyone still had their reservation about the whole thing for now, so they just quietly looked at each other. Even so, until now, Kotori and the other boarders had quite a distant relationship. Oh, Shiro, yeah. However, I'm the one who understands the situation the least, or rather, the one who understands it the most.
賛成。
Kotori raised her hand, then the others
そ
followed.
れができるんならすごくいいと思うわ。
私もそう思いますゆかさん。私前からちょっと変だなって思ってました。
So from tomorrow, let's do our best.
こちらこそよろしく、寮母さん。
よろしくお願いします。
小鳥ちゃんもよろしくね。
Kotori was moody until the end, but she kept herself from shouting abuse at me, which I know she's good at, and seemed to understand what I was trying to do. Alright, we out. We good. It's night. I'm not standing anymore. Does that look good on stream? Yeah. Thanks for today, Ageha. You really helped me out.
いいって葵が困ってる時私が助ける普通なことでしょ
Same goes for you too.
ぐっぐっ
Hat came waddling from down the corridor.
おおアヒルさんどうしたの見送りに来てくれたのわが
He flapped his wing towards Ageha. Maybe he's saying thanks for helping Kotori. Those are his feelings as her housemate.
じゃあ部屋に戻ったら伝えて今日は楽しかったねってわ
The way he replied made it seem like he completely understood what Ageha had said, and Hat wiggled his tail as he waddled off.
かわいい
Okay, take care on your way back.
またね
Hatto.
ぐっぐっ
Ew, what the hell? Goo.
あとどこ行ってたのはいおやつのきゅうり
Oh, that's no cutie.
くわ
Kwa.
ねえ聞いてハット今日ね私ご飯作るの手伝ったのよ鶏肉のなんとか煮込みって言うんだけどみんな美味しいって言ってた私も食べたけど本当に美味しかったのすごいでしょぐっぐっもうすぐ今日が終わっちゃう楽しかったな
And that's another segment finished up. Huh. I pushed down the heavy pedals and the gears creak. I worry that the chain, which is stretched to its limit, will snap and fly off at some point. However, there's no time to think about that during the hill climb. Damn it, I can't do this anymore. This sport is just way too severe. I'm not proud of this, but I decided not to put myself through any pointless hardship. I don't enjoy putting in a lot of effort. Just ahead of me is something fun, so that's why I can do my best. At that time, I was getting closer and closer to it. Finally! The top of the slope! As I climbed to the top of the slope, the view all of a sudden opened up. Below me is the town, spreading far into the distance, and the steep downhill road. Finally, the time has come for my reward. I lower my posture, kick down on the pedal, and accelerate in the blink of an eye. In spite of the headwind that would have been so problematic on flat ground, I cut through it like a bullet. On a downhill slope, speeds can reach close to 80 kilometers per hour. If that were a car driving through the city, it would breeze past as it overtook other cars. If I come off my bike now, I'll be seriously injured. No joke, I could even die. After all, when we race, we are almost completely exposed. The road is winding and still not flat. At high speeds, when I entrust my body to the inertia, the wheels bounce on the uneven road surface. Strangely, I don't feel any fear. I only feel overwhelming exhilaration. Nevertheless, I mustn't lose concentration. It's not like I hadn't predicted that there might be unforeseen circumstances. Even so, when I opened my eyes, I thought I was on that hospital bed. Sure, there is an unfamiliar ceiling, but I soon realized that it wasn't a hospital. It's my room, huh? I still don't really feel like this is my room, though. I lie on my side of the bed and vacantly try to recall what happened in my dream. I forgot most of it from the shock of waking up, but I had an idea of what kind of dream it was. I pulled the alarm clock over towards myself. 11:42. It's noon already. Even though it's Sunday, I've slept too long. On Sunday, I don't need to prepare breakfast. As for the jobs like fixing leaks and other jobs that can be done quickly, I did most of them yesterday. A Sunday with nothing to do. I get out of bed and look down at my knee. There is the scar, fresh from surgery. Hey, I have a scar on my knee too! It was the first time I'd seen it in a while, the dream about that time. In the last few days, because of how busy I'd been and the change of the scene, I'd gone without having any unnecessary thoughts. Things had only calmed down a little, but I had let my guard down, emotionally. Somehow I felt strangely sluggish and didn't feel like getting out of bed. There was someone knocking on the door. It's Sanai, the 3rd grade boarder. She's quite a cheerful person, but I always feel like she's keeping her distance from me. Despite that, now... I'm awake! First I answered, then get out of bed, and then moved over to the door. What is it? While thinking it was strange for Sanai to get so excited, I quickly got changed and left the room. I look outside the entrance to see... Anchan. I called it! Let's go. Anchan! When she said I had a visitor, she meant Anchan. The boarders poked their heads out from behind the wall of the hallway and looked at Anchan from a distance. It's just like Anchan to be completely unfazed by this weird spectacle. Anchan said as he passed me a welcoming present. What's this? Shingen mochi? Oh, is this what I think it is? Anchan had always been popular with the girls, especially with much older ladies. He often received presents from them, particularly from the elderly ladies. It's possible that he could become like the straw millionaire, and even if he just walked around the town for a day, there would be no shortage of things to eat. I take the souvenir from Anchan and pass it to Yuka and the others who are half hidden behind the wall of the hallway. Here, he said we should eat this together. He's my childhood friend, Anchan. The others all start saying, really? Too. Anchan, come on in. I'll pour you a cup of tea or something. Yeah, you're right. Because I'm staying here, I don't really think about it that often. Okay. I guess I have my Sunday plans. Yeah, it's nice. It feels relaxing. Yeah, I guess not. The reconstruction work has been completed in this area and it feels like a new town. There are many brand new buildings, the roads are neatly paved, and there's not a trace of the Kazugara that I once knew. But I remember this street. I mean, I used to come down here almost every day. If you go this way, it leads to Kazami Shopping Street. It's a place where me, Ageha, and the others were born and raised, and had a small shopping street. My family had a small real estate agency set up on one side of the street. Ageha's family had a sporting goods store, and Masatsugu's had a ramen restaurant. Then there's Anchan's place, which is a town factory near the shopping street. My childhood friends and I were all kids of the Kazami shopping street, so we all played together. However, the shopping street disappeared due to the reconstruction. I've been to the underground shopping arcade a few times. I went to buy groceries. That was where I went yesterday with Ageha and Kotori. That's right. I was busy, so I hadn't been there. Whoa. Whoa! Yeah. Windy Kazugara. It's a large shopping mall built on the site of the small Kazami shopping street where we grew up. I've been to the underground level before, but I always enter using the entrance at the back, which is near the dormitory, so I didn't know what it was like above. I thought it would be a big building, but I can't believe that the Kazami Street used to be here.
国内でも有数の商業施設だそうだ。今や風車の丘と並んで風ヶ浦の新名所だぞ。
I don't feel at all like I had come back to my hometown. On the contrary, I felt like I was lost in some unknown country. What happened to everyone from the shopping street?
希望した人はこの中に店を構えてる。よそに行った人たちもいたけど、みんな元気にやってるよ。
Ageha said that she had moved.
アゲハンチなら、
あんちゃん。
Yo, let's go.
お、いたいた。
Ageha appeared with uncanny timing.
きっと二人で遊んでるんだ。私も声かけてよね。
だってお前、店の手伝いがあるんだろ？
今終わったとこ。
Replied Ageha, who was standing in front of Himegi Sports. That's what it said on the sign. Oh yeah, you said you'd moved house, but you also said that the shop was now in Windy, didn't you? Himegi Sports. This is a sporting goods store managed by Ageha's father. As far as I remember, it was a small town sporting goods store, but now it was a kind of trendy sports store aimed at young people. They must be thinking of the kind of clientele they get in the shopping mall, but because it's so different to how it was when I was a kid, I'm slightly confused now.
へへん。立派になったでしょ。
I didn't know that your dad had an eye for what young people like, I answered while slightly dazed.
あ、そうだ。おーい、ホタル。
As Ageha called from inside the store, a petite girl smaller than Ageha came outside.
なに、あんちゃん。あんちゃんと葵が来てるよ。
Was this the same girl that I met from like the shopping? Hotaru opened her eyes wide for a moment and then looked up at me. Her face seemed to say, is this big guy standing here really Aoi? In that case, I should prove it myself. Long time no see, Hotaru. I rubbed Hotaru's head in the same way that An-chan did to me. I mean, the hair is different. Hotaru wiggles her head around at her wit's end as I rub it. She is Ageha's younger sister. She's only 1 year younger, so we used to play together a lot as kids. Her personality is the complete opposite of her sister, shy and quiet. You've gotten bigger too. Rub, rub.
こーら、うちの妹をいじめるんじゃない。
I'm not being mean. Am I, Hotaru?
ほっぺとならないで。
I let go, and for a little while, Hotaru continued moving her head round and round, even though I wasn't doing anything.
たくも5年ぶりのくせにいきなりすぎるっての。ホテル大丈夫？うん、平気。ちょっと目が回っただけ。
回った。
本当に鬼だ。
I'm back, Hotaru. Do you want me to rub your head again? I start to move my hand towards her like I'm going to do it again. Hotaru jumped back and hid behind Ageha.
いじめるな。
Ijimaru no. Oh, bam! I've been punched in the ribs. Ack! I just wanted to play with Hotaru a little, that's all. For some reason, Ageha is very protective of Hotaru. I thought I'd come and see you sometime, Hotaru.
そっか。同じ学校なんだから顔見せに連れてけばよかったかな。
Hotaru goes there too? That's a surprise. I had the idea in my head that Hotaru would definitely go to a regular school.
みんなあんちゃんの影響を受けまくりだからね。
俺はやめとけって言ったんだがな。
An-chan graduated from Keifu Academy. Because it was a school that An-chan went to, Ageha and the others all took the entrance exams like it was a matter of course. I was the same when I came back here because I knew it was a special school when I was choosing which school to transfer to. So I guess that was because of An-chan too.
ところで2人で何してたの？もしかしてデート？
当たり。
Atari.
やっぱり。
Yeah, buddy. Hey, An-chan!
似たようなもんだろ。葵に昼飯をおごってやろうと思ってな。お前らも来るか？
行く。
行く。
となるとあいつも呼んでやらないと後で拗ねるな。
ああ、ダメダメ。麻婆なら今日は忙しいって。
なんだ用事があるのか。
正真正銘のデート。昨日すっごい自慢された。でも可愛いんだよ、マー君の彼女。
なら邪魔するわけにはいかないな。俺たちだけで行くか。
やったー、あんちゃんとご飯みんなでご飯するの久しぶりだね。
どこ行く？どこでもいいぞ。
Anchan asked me. You're asking me where we should go, but I still don't really know this place. There are many shops, but everywhere is unfamiliar to me.
そんなの決まってるじゃない。私らが集まったら行く店は一つ。
Said Ageha as Hotaru nodded. I also remember, a little slower than the others.
大要件。
Taioken! Hi! Ugh, Mamo's dad doesn't hold back, does he? I felt like my ramen was going to come back up, and I just barely kept it down by rubbing my hand along my belly.
調子に乗って特盛り頼むからよ。私は大盛りにしといて大正解。
Special big bowl.
それでも十分多いよ、あーちゃん。
いつもより多かったぞ。葵のためにサービスしてくれたんだろ。
Anchan, who also had a special big bowl, was completely unfazed.
おっちゃん、青兄に会えて嬉しそうだった。お代もサービスしてくれたしね。
But I can't believe that Taioken is still around. Taioken is a Chinese restaurant on one side of Kazami Shopping Street. It's also Masatsugu's house. They used to serve regular set menus, but since moving, they've changed direction. It's become like one of the new wave ramen restaurants in the city.
繁盛してるんだから。こないだ雑誌に載って若いお客が増えたっておっちゃん大喜び。
You are also that guy? Wait, which guy, Kane? The Anchan? Or Aoi? This is... Oh wait, yeah, that was already read. Recently was in a magazine and the number of young customers increased since Mamo's dad is very happy.
おっちゃんの写真も載ったんだよ。すごくかっこよかった。頭にタオル巻いて腕組みしてドヤ顔で決めてたあれね。
Masatsugu is like his father. In other words, like his father, he gets carried away easily and tends to show off. Whenever there are sports events or karaoke competitions in the town, regardless of the result, he's always the center of attention. The taste was completely different, and apart from seeing Mambo's dad, it wasn't nostalgic at all. Before it was plain soy sauce ramen, but now it had become pork bone and fish double soup.
ここと同じ。みんな変わっていくもんさ。
そうそう。5年も経っちゃうとね。
Yeah, you're right. Well, when you say 5 years, I guess it really is a long time. But some things haven't changed. Matsatsugu's dad was the same as always. The same goes for Ageha and Hotaru, and also Anchan. The things that I most wanted to stay the same are still
ちょっ
here.
と待ってろ。飲み物買ってくるから。
Anchan made us wait at a bench by the side of the road while he went to buy some juice. I will have to pick that up and be back. Alright, anyone in chat, just let me know if you guys can hear me. Again, that was just like a quick little thing. Anchan made us wait at the bench by the side of the road while he went to buy some juice. Hotaru went after him. Ageha and I sat down on the bench. Ah, here we go.
ねえ葵。
Yo, what's good? Let me take another screenshot. Bam. What's up? You know I'm going to go nuts with these screenshots on the Ageha CG route.
そろそろ部活決めた？
I replied vaguely. There is one that I thought would be okay.
どこどこ？
It's still just a candidate.
ケチケチせずに教えなさいよ。
I don't even know if it's a proper club or not.
何それ？
You're in the robot club, right?
そう。 うちの学校で一番人気。
You enter contests, don't you? Do they fight? When I think of robots, I imagine them firing missiles and flying through the air.
まあそうなんだけど、多分葵が考えてるのとは違うよ。障害物競争したり、物を運んだり積み上げたり。
What the hell?
ロボットの技術を競う戦いだからね。毎年テーマが決まってて、それに合わせて作るんだよ。
Oh.
興味出た？
I don't know. You say you build robots, but I don't really understand it.
まあそうだよね。ここんとこ毎年初戦敗退で、みんなそれが当然みたいな顔してるし、葵が入ってこうビシッと引き締めてくれたら。
Is this going to be a choice that I can make? Oh no. Why don't you do it yourself?
いや、私そういうキャラじゃないから。
If I had to say, Ageha likes to do things at her own pace.
昔はもっと熱心だったらしいんだけどね。一度全国大会で準優勝したこともあるんだよ。
Wow, that's amazing.
その時のロボットを作ったのが、ほらこないだ見かけた人覚えてる？超留年生の望月あまねさん。
Yeah, I remember.
それはやっぱ美人さんだから？
No, that's not why. Well, that could be one reason. Ageha makes a face that says she doesn't understand as she continues her story.
あまね先輩がまだ1年の時に、ほとんど自分一人で作ったロボットでいきなり準優勝しちゃったの。決勝戦で負けたんだけど、コントローラーのボタンを押し間違えるというボンミスが敗因だったらしいよ。
Unforced error. Oh no. She pressed the wrong button. Misinputs. No, not like this. Can I get a not like this in the chat? There are no what ifs in a match, but the national championship slipped through her fingers. She was in the first grade?
そう、別格なのよ、あの人は。どうしたの、あんちゃん。
Before we had realized, Anchan and Hotaru had come back, but were standing a little further away while watching us.
サイダーとオレンジどっちにする？
If I don't say orange. Ah, okay, this guy's me. See? I'll have orange. See, that's definitely me. I take the can of juice and crack it open.
いただきまーす。
As we enjoyed drinking the juice, Anchan watched us quietly. What is it?
いや、なんか昔に戻ったみたいだなって。
What is that emote? Panic basket? Oh no.
お前たち二人が揃ってるとさ。
Age and I look at each other while drinking our juice. Then, embarrassed, we both laugh.
一人足りないけど、こういう時にいないのが麻婆らしいわね。
He's always been like that.
みんなでやったいたずらがバレても、一人だけ逃げたりね。でもあの後謝りながら泣いてたし。ほんと手のかかるやつだったわよね。
Ageha sighed as she said that, and Hotaru and I laughed.
そんな麻婆にも今や彼女ができた。お前たちも頑張らないとな。
In response to Anchan's teasing, the rest of us blush.
私はいいの。葵は知らないけど。そうなの？
I've just come back here, haven't I?
女子寮の寮母さんやって、そこのとびっきり可愛い子ともう仲良くなっちゃってるくせに。
Hey, don't say it like that.
ああ、あの子か。確かに可愛い子だったな。
Not you too, Anchan. Hotaru looks at me with suspicion. Hotaru, it's not really like that. I'm just working as a dorm mother.
青兄ならかっこいいからすぐ彼女できちゃうよ。
I said it's not like that. Ah, jeez, I'm thirsty. I drink down the rest of the juice in one gulp. Ageha grinned as she looked at me while Hotaru seemed worried.
それじゃ俺はそろそろ行くよ。
もう帰っちゃうの？
悪いな。夕方から急ぎの仕事があるんだ。
Thanks for inviting me out today, Anchan.
いいって。俺も楽しかったから。おっと、そうだ。忘れるところだった。
Anchan came back and took some small parts from his pocket.
ほら、頼まれてたやつ。
Oh, sweet, we got him. It was the parts that Amade had
そ
requested.
んなものを何に使うんだ？
They're parts for a glider.
グライダー？
It's a kind of measuring instrument. One of the seniors at school asked me to get it. Ah. Okay, we out. There you go. Suddenly, Ageha spoke in a loud voice.
それ天音先輩のことでしょ？だってグライダーって言ったらあの人しかいないもん。
Yes, that's right.
どういうこと？いつの間に知り合いになったの？
Kind of. It will take a while to explain, so I try to dodge the question. It includes some information that I don't really want to talk about for some reason.
ねえ、あーちゃん、その人そう、あの美人の。
Once again, I receive a dubious stare from the Himegi sisters. Let's go.
いいホタル。葵はね、この町を離れてる間にちょっとエッチになっちゃったのよ。そうなの？
Oh no.
そうなの。残念ながらね。
Hey, don't fill her head with such nonsense.
お前ら見てるとほんと和むよ。
Don't just stand there laughing. Back me up, Anchan.
何？悪いことじゃないさ。何かに打ち込んだり、誰かを好きになったり。
Anchan gave me a squeeze as he put his arm around my shoulder.
早く新しいこと見つかるといいな、葵。
Speaking into my ear so that only I could hear, Anchan let go of me.
じゃあな。公共の場であんまり騒ぐなよ。
Raising one hand and waving it gently, Anchan went home. Alright, peace. After Anchan went back, we went to Himegi Sports to say hello to Ageha's father. Then I stayed for a little while, enjoyed some tea and cakes, and it soon became evening. As I walked along the street to the dormitory, I still felt like I didn't want to go back just yet. I might go for a little stroll. It's changed a lot around here too. Before, there was only an embankment here. We used to play here a lot, catching koi and cruising carp, but now it had a promenade that had been made into a walking course. Promenade. Well, this was just right for taking a stroll. I walked slowly while gazing quietly at the lake, dyed by the setting sun. My hometown had changed a lot in the 5 years, but the important things hadn't changed at all. That's actually really pretty. That's gonna be my new Twitter header. Finding something new is a good thing, Aoi. Finding something. As I speak quietly to myself, I look at the view on the other bank. The windmill standing on the gentle slope faced the wind and slowly turned. Even so, the chef's ramen was really tasty. Next time I'll try the dipping noodles. Huh? A little further away, someone was there. Oh, it's you. It was a petite girl. She ran her hand along the fence and, like me, was gazing at Windmill Hill on the opposite bank. Someone was there? I didn't think anyone was there, so I was talking to myself, but it seems that she heard me. Huh? You're that... The mood about her was a little different, so I didn't realize straight away, but no doubt about it, it's the girl who was in the supermarket yesterday. The girl who bought a lot of 29.80 yen per 100 grams of meat to make curry. Was the curry nice?
どうして知ってるの？
Don't you remember? Yesterday in the supermarket?
ああ、それは多分私じゃないわね。
Huh? What on earth is she talking about?
姉さんってばぼーっとしてるからまたナンパでもされちゃったのかしら。
Older sister?
すき焼きとお刺身だったわ。
Huh?
昨日の夕食。
Oh, I see. She's talking about what was bought at the supermarket. I guess that's what happened. There's no way you can make curry with something like that. It seems that right at the last minute, she started to see sense.
じゃ、私はもう行くから。
Oh yeah, her skirt isn't black and red, it's purple and black. Huh? Sure. It totally felt like, for her, talking to me was too much hassle, so she dismissively got up and left. It was a completely different feeling to when I met that girl in the supermarket. While thinking how strange it was that there would be such a complete change in a girl whose name I didn't even know, I returned to the road home. It wasn't far from the lake to the dormitory. I didn't have any time to think about much before I got back. Something new. The parts that I had been given by Anshan were in my pocket. As I held them in my hand, I looked up at the clouds slowly floating across the sunset sky. These things are going to fly, aren't they? I meant the glider parts. They would become part of that white aircraft and would fly across the sky on those great big wings to the other side of the clouds. The reason why I decided to look up at the clouds impulsively like that might have been because of that girl I had just met. Forgetting about my silly fantasy, I got through the gate to the dormitory.
あと、まだよ。まだ動いちゃダメよ。
Oh yeah, you were a character. Kotori was in her wheelchair with her back bent over, slowly creeping forward. It was almost as though she was walking on tiptoes. What are you up to this time? I was quite used to her doing strange things, but I still hadn't acquired the ability to determine instantly what it was she was doing. She gave me a long stare. A cat? There it was, laying across the stone steps, licking and grooming itself. Then, on the other side, Hat was waiting. Are you trying a pincer attack? It didn't really look like that, though. However, if they did, they might be able to... Interrupting my thoughts, Kotori gave the signal. Suddenly, Hat started flapping his wings and chasing the cat from behind. Surprised, the cat jumped up and ran in the opposite direction, where Kotori was waiting to catch it. There's no way that will work. The cat, with brilliant footwork like Zidane's Marcelli's roulette, turned around while evading Kotori and ran away. You really were trying a pincer attack. Kotori realized I was looking at her and sulked quietly. What were you going to do once you caught the cat? It was as if she was saying, of course, but even if she caught a surprised cat as it was running away, it would go crazy and, at worst, scratch and cut her. Next time, make a better strategy. For example, you could try luring it towards you with a long piece of grass. She said as she earnestly wrote a memo. It looks like she always has a notebook tucked away in her wheelchair. Pow. She points at me. There's a sign that says she has a bone to pick with me. Huh? I went for a walk. That's why I'm late. Her tone was like a mother scolding her child. I wonder if there's something I was supposed to have done? Ah! It's only 5 o'clock though.
なんて聞いてないんだもんこっちは。
Sorry. If I start at about 6, I usually get it done in time.
そう。じゃあ明日からそうするわ。
She said as she wrote another note. Do you mean that you were waiting for me? She must have gotten bored, which is why she decided to catch the cat.
そうよ。けど待ってたのは義務を果たすため。変な勘違いしないでよね。
I don't know what sort of funny ideas you mean. Could you give me a few examples? I'll try teasing her a little.
そんなの自分で考えなさい。いいからほら行くわよ。私もうお腹ペコペコなんだから。ねえハット。ほらハットもお腹空いたって。
Okay, well then, it's still a little early, but shall we get started?
ねえ今日は何？
Mappo eggplants and egg soup.
それ美味しい？
Yeah, it's great. It's my specialty.
美味しいだって。わあ。
As we go through the dormitory door, I realize that my feelings of uneasiness had vanished at some point. She tried to do a pincer attack with a duck to catch a cat, didn't she? While I remembered this, I started to chuckle to myself, and I realized that when she's with me, I feel strangely calm, and then things start to feel weird again. Bum, bum, bum. Amade was looking over the parts that I had brought her from every angle and let out sounds that expressed admiration. Is this okay?
間違いない。
Whoosh. Whoa!
ありがとう。
She suddenly hugged me.
また。うわ、なにどういうこと？
Oh, Ageha, what brings you here?
ありがとう。ありがとう。
Yeah, don't mention it. Amade pushed her forehead onto mine and rubbed it round and round. Ouch! Hey, that hurts, Amade!
私は感謝の気持ちを伝えるのが下手なんだ。バカだからな。
Rub. It hurts! でも気持ちいい. We're playing girl, best girl. Oh, hey Shelby, welcome to the stream. What's up? Because she is holding tightly and our foreheads are together, her ample chest is pushing against me. Not only is she beautiful, but stylish too, and they're bigger than they look, but I have no choice but to experience this for myself.
よろしい。何あの顔。あれはエッチなこと考えてるわね。
No, Ageha. So are you. You're just making up whatever you feel like. It's lunchtime, by the way. By the way, welcome to the stream, Shelby. I'm glad you can make it. I know you guys were like busy playing Minecraft and whatnot when I started, but you haven't entirely missed out on too much in terms of progression. Basically, what you missed is that we went shopping. I was concerned about a lot of the work that I had to do. Like, it was starting to overwhelm me, so I wound up going out shopping for like the cooking dinner and whatnot, and I had Ageha and Kotori tag along. So because from like the first stream, you recall that a lot of the boarders didn't really enjoy the cooking that I was doing, or like they felt like it was too heavy or whatnot. Like, they didn't really enjoy the type of food that was being served to them, so they wouldn't finish it. So Ageha, stay for long, but it's nice to see you streaming. Yeah, so Ageha, I asked her for help because she apparently knows what girls like, and then we basically cooked dinner, and I asked them for help with the chores around the place, which they accepted, and we also agreed to have Kotori do some things because she helped with the cooking, so that's now her, like, what she does. And that's pretty much about it. I spent some time with Anchan, who stopped by yesterday, like in the game yesterday. So I spent some time with Anchan. Ageha and her little sister were there. I met Ageha's little sister. And then I got the parts that she wanted. Amade, or Airplane Girl. And other than that, there's like this new character that we met at the shopping mall. She was buying overpriced things, and we got her to buy something else. And then we met a very similar girl in a short event yesterday, but it turns out it wasn't her. It was like her younger sister, so they might be twins. It might be another twin situation. Either way, I have the parts, got it to her, and that's where we are. I brought the parts that Anchan gave me to the garage, but because the reaction was much more than I expected, I'm in a state of confusion. Kotori, who I came here with, and also Ageha, who came along for some reason, are both staring at me in a way that feels kind of prickly. And also, it's fine if you can't stay long. I mean, I'll most likely be ending at around 9:30ish, like 9:30 the latest. But even by 9 o'clock, I'll likely call it. After tearing Amane away from me, who was kind of like a big playful dog, I once again passed the parts to her. Please, go ahead and use them.
ありがとう。でもよく手に入ったな。
I have connections. A friend of mine works in a factory that deals with the manufacture and processing of special parts. For this kind of thing, he should usually be able to make it for me. It seems that for this, Anchan looked at the engineering diagram and made something that was the same.
早速取り付けよう。
Amane took the parts over to the glider. Whew, that was a surprise.
天音先輩って結構大胆な人なんだね。こないだも抱きつかれて嬉しそうにしてたわよ、あいつ。
Hey,
やっぱ葵も男の子なんだね。
don't say things like that about me.
それにしても、なんであなたが一緒についてくるのよ。私？天音先輩とお話ししてみたかったから。それに、なんだか面白そうだし。
Kotori was being pretty snappy since just now. She might be annoyed because someone else found out about our secret place. And here we go. Amane, who is like a kid who's been bought a birthday present, has immediately started working on installing the parts. It looks like the parts are used in the instruments in the cockpit, and she diligently dismantles the mechanical parts.
これがグライダーか。
Ageha is standing beside Amane and is watching her work.
これってエンジンはついてないんですよね。どうやって飛ぶんですか？風に乗って飛ぶんだ。でもまずは離陸しなきゃいけないですよね。ああ、それならいくつか方法があるが、これの場合、ウインチでタコのように引っ張って飛ばすんだ。え？こんな大きなものを？ああ。
Ageha stares at the aircraft in disbelief. Kotori and I, as if we are appreciating a work of art, untiringly look on at the sleek aircraft. Amane seems to have completely forgotten that we are even there and is immersed in installing the parts. It's like the first time I came here and met Amane.
これでまた飛べるぞ。イスカが言ってた空へ行けるんだ。
What's up?
いや、なんでも。
Iska.
失礼します。
Oh. Who are you now? A female student who looks like a senior came into the garage.
望月先輩はいらっしゃいますか？
I make a bewildered face like, who the hell is she? And Ageha told me.
あれ、生徒会副会長の雲井あかりさんだよ。
Kamoya Kari. Vice President of the Student Council? What on earth does she want? If you're looking for Amane... At that moment, she had her head in the cockpit. As the Vice President sees that, she briskly approaches the cockpit and peers inside.
望月先輩。望月先輩。
She called out in a loud voice, and Amane finally pulls her head out of the cockpit.
いやあ、副会長。
From the way she suddenly spoke to her in a familiar tone, I thought that they might have a close relationship, but the Vice President doesn't seem that way at all. Without losing her resolute attitude, she asked her question.
例の件、どうなりましたか？実はまだなんだ。こちらにいらっしゃる方々は違うんですか？違う。部品を届けてくれたんだ。
Amane was downhearted as she answered, and the Vice President let out a little sigh.
言ったはずですよ。部員が他に見つからないなら廃部にせざるを得ないと。
Right, there's that. Why's that? Astonished, we look on as bystanders as the conversation continues.
しかしだな、副会長。先生方は特例として認めていらっしゃいますが、それでは他の少人数のサークルに示しがつきません。部としての体裁を今すぐ整えていただかなければ廃部は避けられませんよ。
Amanda looked down as though she was at a complete loss. For some reason, I get a strange pain inside as I look at her.
いいじゃない、別に。
Kotori suddenly jumped into the conversation.
あなたは確か羽根小鳥さんね。
While slightly surprised that she knew who she was, Kotori continued to speak.
だって先生がいいって言ってるんでしょ。ならあなたが文句言うことじゃないわ。それに天音先輩ってほら特別な人じゃないですか。これやるために留年、もとい学校にいることはみんな知ってるわけだし。
I thought I saw veins appear on the vice president's temples as the two of them ranted at her.
先生方が部活動のあり方に過剰に口を差し挟むのは生徒会自治権への明らかな侵害。この件についてはまさしくそれです。
She thrust forwards, approaching one step, while Kotori and Ageha take a step back.
部にしたくてもできないサークルもたくさんあります。そのため部費も下りず活動拠点となる部室さえ満足に与えられない場合もある。昨日も和太鼓研究会が練習場所の申請をしてきましたが却下せざるを得ませんでした。その時彼らが何と言ったかご存知ですか。それは知るわけないわ、そんなの。ソアリング部は一人であんな大きなガレージを使っているのにどうして我々には練習場所一つないんだ。至極もっともな意見だと思いませんか。
Man, that is true.
思います。それなのに申請を却下された彼らは当然納得していないでしょう。しかしこのガレージがずっと以前、それこそ我々が生まれる以前からソアリング部のものだった事実も無視できるものではありません。先生方が特例を認めるのもあるいはそこに理由があるのかもしれません。我々生徒会もその事実は尊重したい。ろくな活動実績も示せないお遊びサークルのために望月先輩を立ち退かせるのは本意ではないのです。だから
The vice president turns from facing Kotori and Ageha and looks back around at Amane, who is nervously listening behind her.
早急な対処をお願いしている次第です。活動実績なら先日やっとテストフライトを。あれは授業中じゃありませんか。言語道断。むしろ廃部へ一歩近づいたとお考えいただかなければ。
Amane staggered back as if she had been hit hard. I guess that's true though, isn't it? On Windmill Hill, when Kotori and I watched a glider flying across the sky, lessons were taking place in the school.
いいですか。部活動として認められるには最低4人、残り3人の部員を集めていただかなければ。
So there's me and Kotori, but we still need one more. Amane looked down with a very grave expression.
でもこれは私が自分のためにしていることだから。ならばなおのこと、部活動として認めるわけには参りません。
I'll join. I raise my hand and the others all look at
あ
me.
なた、この間転校してきた男子ね。 確か水瀬葵。
Hi. The vice president looks at me as if she's evaluating me.
言っておきますが、幽霊部員じゃダメなのよ。
I know. This is the reason why I came here today. I had decided this morning, well, yesterday actually. I still don't know much about gliders though. I just thought it would be interesting. I feel excited just to imagine flying it, riding on the wind. If Senior Amane will allow me to, that is.
入りたいというなら別に構わないが、でもこれは私が私のためにしていることなんだぞ。
I still don't know much about gliders, or about you either, Amane. But if that's what you want to do, then I'd like to help you. As I state my reasons, the vice president looks as though she isn't convinced. It looks like some transfer student who doesn't even understand the situation has come barging in trying to act like a hero. I can't say that there isn't some element of that to it.
じゃあ私も。
I do. Ageha raised her hand in a really casual manner. Let's go, Ageha! Even with everyone looking at her, Ageha appears aloof.
ロボット部と掛け持ちでもいいですか、先輩。うん、それは構わないが。
What are you doing, Ageha?
だって面白そうなんだもん。
One person left. Everyone naturally looks over towards Kotori.
何？
You're joining this club, aren't you? Kotori turned her wheelchair sideways to avoid everyone's line of sight.
私は入らないわよ。
As Kotori says this, the vice president made a face that seemed relieved, yet disappointed.
まだ一人足りないわ。これでは部活動として認めるわけにはいきません。
If it's decided that it can't be allowed, what will happen?
まずはこのガレージから出て行ってもらいます。
Amane looks really distressed. Well, of course she does. If there's nowhere to keep this giant glider, the club's activities can't continue. There's myself and Ageha, so we will get one more person. Could you wait until then?
いいでしょう。では金曜日まで待ちます。
Alright, we're on the...
それまでに体裁を整えられなければサークルに降格。ガレージは使用不可。よろしいですね。
Amane nods in agreement with a total lack of confidence, and the vice president leaves the garage.
ハバネさん、部活入ってないよね。名義だけでも貸してもらえないかな。他に入りたい人見つかるまででいいからさ。お断りよ。
Kotori bluntly refused and left the garage.
ダメか。
Tameka. We have to do something about it ourselves.
君たち。
We're sorry, Amane, that we caused things to turn out like this.
いや、助かった。君たちがいなければ廃部になってたところだった。でも本当にいいのか。
That's what I plan to do from now on.
私もいろんな意味で興味あるし。
Leave gathering members to us.
天音先輩は活動実績について副会長さんが納得するようなネタをまとめておいてください。そうする。
Is this alright with you?
何が？
Today's the first time you've been in the garage, right? Even so, you've suddenly become a member.
でも面白そうなのは確かじゃん。葵もいるし。
What am I gonna do with you?
あれで空飛ぶんでしょ。ワクワクするなって方が無理だよ。
Yeah, I know what you mean. Without thinking, I raised my voice. I was happy that Ageha felt the same way.
まあ私の場合、飛ぶより飛ばす方に興味ありだけど。
I want to try to fly it, and also, she has stayed in school all this time, repeating the year over and over to do this, you know?
って噂だよ。天音先輩は授業にも出ず、いつもガレージにこもってるって。
I don't know if that's the truth or not, but what I do know is that she is taking this very seriously. I can't let it all end for some stupid reason, like there not being enough members.
まずは残りの部員集めからだね。
Let's try asking him. I'm guessing we mean Mabo.
グライダー？何それ？ちょっと面白そうじゃん。
Yep, Masatsugu.
でしょでしょ。だからさ、あんたも入部しない？
でも俺バイトあるし、それにお前と仲良くしてるとエリちゃんの焼きもち焼くからパス。
パス。
そこをなんとかさ。大丈夫、バレないって。
バレないって。
それがバレるんだよ。エリちゃん、うちの学校に友達いるから。だからあんま話しかけてくんなよ。
彼女できた途端これだよ。私ら幼馴染でしょ。友情はどこ行った？
You see, this girl that Masatsugu is dating, like, she might be cute, but I feel like she might be, like, one of those, like, I wouldn't say yandere exactly, but more like one of those, like, super clingy jealous types that, like, in all seriousness, you, like, most guys should normally stay away from. Like, if she's going to get, like, all pissy at him for just trying to join a club at school with just a childhood friend, like, childhood friends, like, there's even me, you know? And if she's going to go off on him for that, man, that's like... At least in my opinion. That's like kind of much.
バンドも忙しいし無理無理。今度ライブやるんだ。だから今練習中。
冷てえの。
あいつに頼めばいいだろう、葵によ。
I already joined.
頼むも何もすでに部員だよ。
何？お前らまたつるむの？
何よ悪い？あんたも仲間に入れてほしくなった？
誰があんなやつ？ペペ。
が汚なつば飛ばすな。
つばバスな。
ったく麻婆のくせに生意気なんだから。
おいアゲハ。
何よ。
まあなんだ。今度はうまくやれよ。
は？何の話？
もうさっさと行けよ、ほら。しんしん。
麻婆のアホー。
麻婆のアホ。
ダメだった。
So, was it my fault after all?
うん。彼女とバイトとバンドが忙しいって。あの青春野郎。
あの青春野郎。
昔散々遊んでやったのにさ。
What are you talking about? If Mabo treated us like we were more important to him than his girlfriend, what do you think would happen?
コブラツイストで締め上げる。泣くまで。
So there's nothing we can do about it? Next is... Oh, that's right. Hotaru comes here, doesn't she? Alright, let's go. Let's try and get her then. We went to the first grade classroom. When students from the upper grades come to visit, there's a strange air of tension in the classroom.
どうしたの？ばあちゃん、青に。
Oh.
何かな？
Well, this is the first time I've seen you in your uniform. It suits you. When I met her yesterday, she was wearing her own clothes. You kind of look more grown up. I only said it to tease her, but she went red. Like she was on fire or something. It got really flustered.
やだな、青に。私、大人っぽくなんか。
Oh no, here comes the weeboos.
こーら、葵。後輩をからかうんじゃない。
I'm kinda teasing her, but actually I mean what I say.
それ、余計に立ち悪いから。あーちゃんの方が可愛いよ。
Absolutely.
は？私？ほら、青に。制服だって私より似合ってる。私なんて別に麻婆には中身は男だって言われてるし。でも見た目は可愛くなったでしょ。
Absolutely. When Hotaru looks at me with those innocent sparkling eyes, I cannot tell a lie. Well, yeah, I do think she's gotten cuter.
葵！
Eat that! I eat an elbow to the ribs. Ouch.
ありがとう。葵もまあかっこよくなったと思うよ。
Yeah, that's a special bust. That's a special portrait. Let me screen cap that too. Look at that, that's like a new angle. This is my girl right here. Ageha? She said the same thing for the second time. This time in the first grade classroom, so of course I feel embarrassed. The reason why I'm looking down is because my ribs hurt now. Alright, night Shelby. Thanks for sticking around.
で、今はそんな話しに来たわけじゃないの。
Ageha, continuing with the momentum from before, talks to Hotaru about how we are looking for members for the soaring club.
青兄とあーちゃんが同じ部活に入るの？
そういうこと。だからホタルもどうかなって。
うん。
Hotaru glances at me. Hmm?
私いい。
Another failure.
どうして？
家のお手伝いあるもん。
手伝いって日曜日くらいじゃない。
でもあるから。
She seems kind of wavering yet firm in her reply. Maybe there's a reason for it. Okay, we get it, Hotaru. But if you're interested, come anytime. That's a double failure.
できたわよ。
Hotaru brings over the cucumber that she had crushed into about the right side using a wooden
こ
pestle.
んなにしちゃって大丈夫なの？
Yeah, that way it absorbs the flavor a lot better. We're going to marinate the cucumber. It absorbs the flavor a lot more easily if it is crushed than if it is chopped with a knife.
他にやることは？
I think that's it.
そう。じゃあ
Hey,
何？
we still can't find anyone who wants to join the club. We tried all the people we could think of.
そう。
You seem even more interested in it. You seem even more interested in it than we are, don't you? The time on Windmill Hill when we first saw the glider flying. The time she wandered into the garage and saw the real thing up close. The time we made paper airplanes and flew them together. Her eyes were always shining, like a child's. I can't forget the expression on Kotori's face. She's usually so sulky or looking as though she's bored, but maybe that is what made her true expression... Maybe that's what her true expression really is, I thought to myself.
私が入部したって迷惑かけちゃうだけだもん。
What do you mean? No, you wouldn't. To be perfectly honest, it would be great if she would just join the
だ
club.
って私もうすぐ。
She stops mid-sentence and moves her wheelchair along. Hey, can I ask you a question?
ダメ。
Why do you want to drop out?
ダメって言ってるのに。
Kotori looks as though she's realized something.
やっぱりあなただったのね。私の退学届拾ったの。
Withdrawal notice? What's that? Does it taste good? Can we have it with tonight's dinner? I played dumb without hesitation.
バカ、アホ、いじめっ子。あんたなんかドブにはまって死んじゃえ。
With a barrage of parting shots, Kotori hurried away. We can't seem to find anyone. I'll keep going for another half hour. We can't seem to find anyone. It's been 2 days since I joined the soaring club. Since then, whenever we've had any spare time, Agata has been trying really hard to find members. Everyone seemed interested and yet not quite enough to join the club.
やっぱみんな天音先輩にビビっちゃってるのかな。
This would be a ton easier if Kotori would just join. She's not that scary, is she?
じゃなくてすごすぎて。葵はほらまだ転校してきたばっかだから実感ないかもだけど、あの人うちの学校じゃ生きる伝説だから。
I know firsthand that her weirdness is legendary.
それに人間嫌いだって噂もあるしね。
The basis of such rumors is not clear, but she doesn't have any friends, hardly ever shows up for classes, and is locked away in the garage basically the whole time. Even when she does come out, she's always alone and doesn't have any contact with anyone. If you look at it like that, she certainly seems quite antisocial. Okay. Oop.
その天音先輩が率いる部活でしょ。ついていけるか心配みたい。それともう一つのあれ。
Oh, that rumor. There is something that I learned from looking for members. It is something said only in whispers, like some urban legend.
ソアリング部に関わると飛岡先生に目をつけられる。
Is that true?
さあ、でも可能性はなくはないんだな。
Mr. Kujira Tobioka. His first name means whale, but he's not as big in size as you might imagine. But it's said his attitude is larger than life. I've seen him before, and he's a teacher acting as moral advisor, and he's the nagging, annoying type. Oh, those are the worst. There were a lot of teachers like that at my old school, but here, he's a bit of a rarity.
飛岡先生はね、ロボット部の顧問なのよ。
In other words, the advisor to Ageha's club.
天音先輩がその昔ロボット部で輝かしい成果を上げたことは前に話したよね。
She was one step away from the national championship, you mean? Ageha
そ
nods.
れもコントローラーのボタンの押し間違いで負けたの。
I know about the person known as Senior Mochizuki to a certain extent, but I don't think she'd be the sort of person to make such a simple mistake.
あの話には続きがあるの。飛岡先生は当時からロボット部の顧問をしていたんだけど、その時ものすごく悔しがってたんだって。
Yeah, most people would be. I would have felt the same way if I had been in that situation.
次こそはって決意してたらしいんだけど、それからしばらくして天音先輩はあっさりロボット部を辞めちゃったの。
Why?
さあ知らない。一説によると天音先輩は全国優勝を逃した時も特に悔しがってはいなかったそうよ。以来慶風学園ロボット部はその時の栄光を引きずりつつも大した結果を残せずにいる。
So you mean Mr. Tobioka blamed Amane for it? Ageha made a serious face and nodded. That's ridiculous, but I can't really say that. My last school was good when it came to sports. There's a sports scholarship program, and it was important for the school to get results in tournaments. The advisors and directors of each club are evaluated accordingly, and at times it may be the turning point in their lives. The Robot Club is the most popular club in this school, and its performance is directly linked to the promotion of the school. Even if Mr. Tobioka blamed Amane, I can't exactly say that it's strange. Are you okay with this?
何が？
Well, Tobioka is your advisor, isn't he? Are you alright with him keeping an eye on you?
まあネチネチ嫌味言われるかもだけど耳栓しとけば平気でしょ。
That's not the problem, really, is it?
ん？
Ageha looked a little confused.
葵の言いたいことわかるよ。けどもっと大切なものがあるからしょうがないよ。
What do you mean, more important?
それはあらあなたたち水瀬葵くんと姫木あげはさんだったわね。
Hi.
こんにちは副会長さん。部員集めの真っ最中ってところかしら。その様子じゃうまくいってなさそうね。
The vice president gave me a bitter smile as she made her assumptions.
でもまああと一人くらいならどうとでも。言っておきますけど幽霊部員は絶対に認めないわよ。
Ghost members.
データを
I will tell you this now, but ghost members will absolutely. She frankly stated.
どうしてですか？
There must be other clubs that have ghost members, right? Why is it only us? The vice president glared glares at us as we make our childish protest in vain.
他の小規模な文化系クラブならばともかく、ソアリング部は設備の規模が大きすぎるわ。あれだけのガレージを占有しているクラブは他にありません。ロボット部はでっかいガレージ使ってますよ。あそこは部員の数が約60名。全国大会で実績も残しています。
Barely.
それ残したのは天音先輩なのに。
The vice president ignores Ageha's grumbling and continues to speak.
もしソアリング部がガレージを明け渡せば、例えば軽音部と和太鼓研究会の練習スタジオに改造することもできます。他にもラジコン部や写真部、英検なんかも欲しがるでしょうね。中を仕切ればそれら複数の部の活動場所として再利用も可能よ。そう考えると幽霊部員を集めて形だけの部活動なんて認められるわけがありません。ごもっともです。
We became embarrassed about expressing our childish opinions, and Ageha and I felt small as we looked downwards.
ですが
She let out a little whew as she sighed.
あの望月先輩が声をかけるならついてくる人はいるはずです。
In other words, you're not making any unreasonable demands.
当然です。私は別にソアリング部を潰したいわけじゃありません。他の部に示しがつかないこの状況を是正したいだけです。
But Amane isn't trying to recruit any members herself.
それがもどかしくてたまらない。ここはこの私が悪役を買って出てでも天音先輩のお尻を引っ叩くしかないと。そこまでは言ってません。いいですか？ちゃんとした部員を見つけること。幽霊部員なんて絶対に認めませんからね。
The vice president reminded us as she walked away.
あかりさんって厳しいけどいい人だよね。
Yeah, she doesn't seem very flexible though. She seems familiar with the students' names and profiles, and it looks like she wouldn't be able to get away with abusing the power that comes with the position. But it's strange, isn't it?
何が？
That even though Amane suddenly left the robot club, she's been continuing with the soaring club for years. Until she became the super repeat student.
そういや、そうだね。
Even so, she isn't trying to get any new members.
やっぱり本当に人間嫌いなのかも。
The more I know about the situation, the less I understand it. After school, Ageha and I headed to the Soaring Club's garage. After all, we're already members.
すまないな、君たち。
As she looks at us, Amane bows her head in apology. Cut it out, Amane.
そうですよ。天音先輩にそんなことされちゃ、なんかこう寿命が縮みそうです。もしダメだったら、おとなしくここを出ていくつもりだ。
No.
移転先はまだ探している最中だが。
Does that mean you're giving up on the club? Amane nods apologetically. Amane, why don't you look for new members yourself?
これは私が自分のためにしていることだから。誰かを巻き込む理由がない。
Is that what she really thinks? Is that because you don't want to let anyone... Is that because you don't want to let anyone come near this place? If so, then we...
そんなことないぞ。見学ならいつでも大歓迎だ。
But how about becoming members?
わからない。そうしないとここにいられなくなることは分かってる。それはすごく困る。でもどうするべきなのか。私はまだその回答を見出せていないんだ。
Amane really looked distressed and became despondent. If we ask any more questions, all we'll be doing is cornering her even more. Anyway, once you've built the glider, what do you plan to do next?
大会に出場するとか？
We can use the club's objectives as material for our recruitment drive. As far as the quick check that we did goes, apparently there are competitions for gliders too.
大会？ そういうものに出場する予定はないぞ。
Huh? So what are you going to do?
行きたい場所があるんだ。
Amani gave a smile. It seemed just like she was about to start reminiscing about old times. A place you want to go?
イスカが言ってたんだ。グライダーが完成すればそこへ行けるって。
Iska? She said that name before. It will fly to the sky that Iska spoke of. Looking as if memories had come flooding back, she looked at the photo frame on the desk. The photo frame without a photo. She looked like she had gone into her own little world, and it didn't seem that we could ask her any more questions.
それじゃあ私たち
To search for people who might join the club. Whatever answer Amane gives, avoiding having the club status appealed was a top priority.
すまない。いえいえ、その代わり天音先輩は活動実績のまとめ作っておいてくださいね。ああ、わかった。
It was past 9 o'clock at night. In the kitchen, I was washing the dishes for 5 people. In the dormitory, there were 6 people, including myself, but Kotori didn't show up for dinner or to help prepare beforehand and was shut away in her room. Just in case, I put her dinner in the fridge. If she gets hungry, she can eat it whenever she wants. Maybe she's feeling down. Why does she want to drop out of school? Is it because of what Ageha said? That it was because of the argument she had with the girls in the class? Is it because the lessons are boring? Or could it be something that I don't know about? It's possible. It could even be something that not even she understands. I, of all people, can't really say anything about other people. I don't think that anyone would understand the real reason why I came back to this town. To be honest, I still haven't really solved things for myself yet. As I began to feel kind of down, I was surprised to hear the sound of footsteps stomping down the hallway. Kanako?
葵くん、なんとかして。
What is it? Could it be that you were attacked by a pervert? While I had my back to her, I couldn't stop my eyes from looking around in her direction.
違う違う、コトリンよ。
Huh? Someone had taken Kotori's clothes off? No, that can't be it.
一人でお風呂入るって言って聞かないのよ。
Oh, why don't you let her take a bath?
ダメダメ。だって湯船に浸かるって言ってるんだもん。
In the bathtub? The wheelchair was in the bath's dressing room. It was a wheelchair that Kotori used when in the bathroom. She always used that when she took a shower. I've never seen her do that, of course. She can't get into the bathtub while still in the wheelchair. For her to get in the bathtub, she needed someone to help her.
ここんとこ、お姉さんが来てないでしょ。もう我慢の限界だって言って。
According to what I'd heard, Kotori has an older sister. She only gets into the bathtub when she comes here. Anyway, her sister hadn't come around here recently. At least, not since I'd become the dorm mother. Yeah, that means she hasn't been...
もうほっといてよ。毎日シャワーばっかでお風呂入った気がしないの。
Oh, okay. Alright, she takes showers at least, okay.
だから私が入れてあげるってば。いやよ、セクハラするでしょ。あっち行ってて。というわけで頼むマリオバさん、お風呂に入れてやって。
What? Kanako seemed to say, I'm not coming with you, as she left me by myself. Hey, wait! As she left me behind, I turned to face Kotori. Alright, shall I help you get in? She was glaring at me with an angry look on her face.
お風呂ぐらい一人で入れるわ。
Yeah, but... Hey, hold on! Kotori went into the dressing room and closed the door. If she does that, I can't exactly go barging in there all of a sudden. If you have any problems, call me right away, okay?
覗いたら承知しないから。
She replied in a scary voice. There's nothing else I can do, so I wait outside. I sit down in front of the dressing room door, just like I'm guarding it. This isn't really that important, but to have one guy in a girl's dormitory makes taking a bath really inconvenient. I'm the only one who has a set time. If I inadvertently run into any of them in here, I can't just get away with an apology. From the bathroom, I could faintly hear the sound of the shower. She must be washing herself off before getting into the bath. I can hear the sound of the water lightly splashing. I feel kind of nervous. The limited information I get from the sound actually stirs my imagination. I am strongly aware of the fact that Kotori is getting into the bath. What am I thinking? If she knew what I was imagining, she'd probably tear me limb from limb, and as I try to clear the thought from my head, splash. I react by getting up, opening the dressing room door and dashing inside. God damn, are you okay? I jumped into the bathtub and lifted Kotori out while she wriggled and struggled with her hands out of the bath. Hey, snap out of it! Kotori! Kotori was still panicking and clung desperately as I rescued her. You're okay now. Kotori looked at me. It looked like she didn't know who or even what she was clinging to. It's alright. Everything's fine now. Kotori weakly nodded while still holding on to me tightly. I continued to hold on to her to calm her down. Both of us suddenly realized what we had failed to realize before. Well, at least she has a towel on. Kotori was just wearing a towel, holding her. I'm sorry. For a moment we didn't say anything, but she couldn't exactly kick me out, so we just held on to each other. Well, it's good that I don't think anyone's watching. Kotori tries to hide her chest, but squeezes even closer to me. It's okay, I'm not looking. Kotori goes bright red and looks like she's about to cry. I'll go now, sorry. I was about to put Kotori down on the floor. I thought that if I went to call for Kaneko, then everything would be cleared up. Squeeze. Weakly yet desperately, she held on to me. But... Kotori's hands were shaking slightly. I remember that time, when we first met on Windmill Hill. Okay. I nod and it seems like her shaking has subsided a little. We stayed like this for a while and Kaneko poked her head into the bathroom to take a look. It's, not what it looks like? Well, this and that. So this is a result of ignoring Kaneko's advice. But if we were to say something like that in front of the tearful shaking Kotori, I would feel really bad for her. It seemed that Kaneko was implying the same thing. Could you get a bath towel? Then, could you cover Kotori up? While Kaneko put the towel around her, Kotori quietly held on to me. After that, Kotori calmly got into the bath with Kaneko. Kaneko also made sure not to meddle unnecessarily and was very considerate towards Kotori to help her calm down. While I was doing the dorm mother's jobs in the kitchen, Kotori had gotten out of the bath and came to see me. She looked pretty embarrassed. Well, nah, it was nothing. I stopped myself from saying something like, that's another one of the dorm mother's jobs. The reason why I did that just now was not because I'm the dorm mother. I didn't know how to answer and Kotori left me behind and went back to her room. And pretty timely. So she's made her decision. Damn, that's a great line to deliver. Like, I almost feel like going more, but it is 9 o'clock. That is really about my stream time for now. So, I will call it for now. But that will be it for this stream. For the people, oh hey, Sacred Fates is playing. But yeah, player unknowns. Thanks again for the people who showed up, even if just for a little bit. This game is definitely getting really good. Again, it's picking up a bit. There haven't really been any choices yet, so there is still a lot of intro stuff to get through. But again, it's definitely picking up there. We definitely need to do something about this final member, which, again, logical assumption would be that we're going to end up finding some way to get through to Kotori, so she could end up joining. Either way, that will do it for now. I don't want to stream the same thing for too long, so in the end I thought about it, and I will end up trying to stream 2 games. So I do have another game that I could stream alongside this, and probably switch between the two so as not to have too much of a stale, so my content doesn't get too stale. So definitely look forward to that. And yeah, that should about wrap this stream up. Whether you're watching this live, which I highly doubt, doesn't look like there's anyone left here, but even if you're just watching a VOD, you were curious about if my heart had wings, you somehow stumbled into my stream here, yeah, definitely go ahead, drop a follow, greatly appreciated and whatnot. Either way, that will be it. Look forward to something different for next time, but I definitely won't be dropping this for an extended period like I did before, because it is starting to pick up, and I definitely am interested in it. So yeah, that will do it for now. Take care, guys.